Oh my goodness, guys. Things are getting worse. SoFi's down another 7% as every index in the US market is getting destroyed. We have gold down, Bitcoin, silver, oil, everything's down right now. So we have a lot to cover from the charts, SoFi, what I'm looking to do, and we'll break down some earnings, what I'm buying right now in this market. So, guys, cheers. Hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. I think 50% of you guys, rather, I know 50% of you watch the content, but you're not subscribing, and we're trying to get to 100,000 subs, guys. So make sure to subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I appreciate you all for tuning in as always. And now, let's just talk, man. Let's get into it as things are rough. We're down over 1.2% on the S&P. Qs are down 1.9. The Russell's down pretty much the same, almost down 2% as the Dow is down. Let's see here. Which one am I missing? The Dow, yeah, down 1%. So we're down across the board. VIX is up 14%, back over 20. Oil is down to, let's see, oil is down about 3%. Same with gold and Bitcoin. And silver's falling off a cliff. Silver's down about 11%, which, on a side note, I'm not surprised. Did we not call this out yesterday? How the trend is breaking down here. It's breaking to the downside, right? The bears are gaining an edge. We covered this, and we talked about how the first recovery rally we had from $70 to $91, it was good, but we failed to break through 100, let alone 120, where the all-time high was, right? So we failed to break through. We dumped down to 63 an ounce, saw another recovery rally to 85, and lo and behold, we failed to break 92 an ounce, and now silver's falling to the mid-70s. I'm not surprised based on these charts that we covered before, right? And SoFi here, pulling up this, same thing, it's the same thing. It's not the same as silver, obviously. One's a commodity, SoFi's a company, but the charts did the same thing. We saw a nice recovery rally on SoFi a couple days ago, right? We went from 1850, I think that was last Friday or Thursday, whatever day that was. We went from 1850 to $22 a share, just like silver went from it went from 63, right, to about what? 85 an ounce. So SoFi had a recovery rally just like silver, and now silver's off a cliff, getting rejected at that key moving average, and that's exactly what SoFi is doing. It's what a lot of stocks are doing right now. We're getting these crazy runs on whatever, an overall market recovery after they've been oversold, and these rallies are not catching legs, right? The rallies are getting sold off. We're seeing that in a lot of stocks and commodities pretty much everywhere right now. That's at least tech, right? Tech-oriented software, AI stocks. A lot of these, fintechs are just getting nailed right now. You're not seeing that so much in, the defensive names, the Pepsis, the Cokes, the freaking Procter and Gambles, right? But SoFi had that recovery rally, but the reality is, man, we failed to break through that 50 moving average. We were failing for days. We called it out. We were talking about it, and now we're just, it's free falling again, and we're at $19.20 a share. And what would be bullish here would be if we don't take out that 1850 low, which we hit that, like I said, a week ago, last Thursday. But obviously, it's leaning towards us taking out that low, the way things are looking now. So if we do take out 1850 on SoFi, I'm buying, right? It's going to hit my $17 target most likely. I'll be buying, but where could we be going after that, you may ask? Well, let me show you this. On the 1-year chart, we have a clear resistance, or I guess it was resistance. Now it's support at 17. So that was the high from back in, it looks like, February of 2025. So about a year ago, we hit 17, then we dumped all the way to 850 in the span of 2 months. It cut in half. SoFi cut in half from 850. Then it saw a huge run. 1750 is going to be 1750. That is going to act as support in the short term. That was resistance, again, about a year ago. And on the 3-year chart, you guys can see the chart looks healthy, does it not? This thing, it's breaking under the 50 SMA, but we're still holding a higher low. We're still maintaining trend here, right? Uptrend's holding. So at this point, yeah, you could make an argument that it could find support anywhere from 12 to 15, 16 a share. Yeah, that's possible. I mean, it could, if things got terrible, it could get down to $12 again. That is the 180 SMA support on this 3-year chart. That could be where it goes if things get terrible, which I don't necessarily think we're going to get that low. That would be load the boat territory on SoFi. Like, actually, that would be where you would back the truck up. But more realistically, I think we find support. I know it's a wide range, but 15 to 18 bucks a share. That's where I think we'll find support in this pocket right here. And yeah, the closer, honestly, man, the closer it gets to 13, 12, the more of a screaming buy it is. But I don't think we're going to get that low. I think if we take out 1850, we go to 17. But how much lower do we really go from there? I mean, I don't know, guys. It could get worse. But how much worse can it get? At some point, all the bad news is priced in. At some point, we're going to bottom out. And that could be pretty soon here. So what do you guys think? That's what we're looking like right now on SoFi. The entire market's crap. But you guys have to realize, you guys got to remember, these are the days where if you have conviction, you're buying, you have a long-term mentality. I know we say this a lot, but you'll look back quarters later, a year or two later, and be like, oh, I'm glad I was buying SoFi at 17 a share. I'm glad I was buying Amazon at 198. I'm glad I was buying this or that or this, right? So, yes, it sucks in the moment, but long term, these are the days we want, right? These are the days we want to see. So let's go over some earnings really quickly, guys. I think we got NBIS this morning. And by the way, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Again, we're on the road to 100,000 subs on YouTube. And if you're watching on Facebook, 100,000 followers on Facebook. I think we actually have more followers on Facebook than we do here on YouTube. And the funny thing is, I've been doing YouTube for like 8 years, and Facebook, I've been on there for a couple years, but really been going hard for like 2 years on Facebook. So yeah, that's how it goes sometimes, guys. Either way, make sure to like, subscribe. I appreciate you all for tuning in. So NBIS reported earnings. Nebius, they reported earnings per share, and by the way, their stock is pretty much at break even, down about 0.25%. So where the heck are their numbers? Are they not here right now? I swear I saw them before. Okay, here it is. They lost $249 million. Revenue, $227 million. It missed by $20 million. The estimate was $247. So bad number there on the top line. It looks like they see full year 26 sales. Okay, they kind of redeemed themselves there. $3 to $3.4 billion versus $3.12 billion. So pretty good guidance on top line sales. But again, they missed for the quarter that they just reported for. And this looks like a descending triangle. I think somebody asked me about it on the Patreon. We did this analysis here in the Discord, and it actually played out. I mean, if you guys look, we were talking about that descending triangle. It played out. It broke through 79, and it got all the way down to 68. So that triangle we were talking about on the Discord played out, and it's since recovered back over that point. We are maintaining 80. In fact, we're at $88 a share right now, but we're nowhere near breaking out. We're still in a downtrend technically in the short term, and that descending triangle is still on. So keep that in mind. This is not breaking out yet, but if we start taking, let's say, 95 out, 100 out, okay, now we're talking. That's a legitimate breakout, $110 especially. So keep your eyes on NBIS. I'm not in that one, by the way, full disclosure. Let's see the next one here. Crocs, CROX. Crocs reported, and their stock is ripping, guys, 20% in the green. And we haven't talked about Crocs in a while. This thing was hot a couple of years ago. Where did it get to? I forget. Yeah, 183. So it ripped. It ripped, guys, from 9, 10. I mean, this was in the single digits in 2017, 18, right? $5, $6, $7. And it got all the way to 183. In the end of 2021. A lot of that was a bubble, let's be honest. I mean, Crocs, it participated in that insane stock market we had that year. So it got carried into that. And we had a huge run. Then 2022, man, it was devastating. The stock went down like 80%, but it's since slowly started to come back. We're now pushing $100 a share again. Now we're up 20% after earnings. So Crocs reported, let's see here, guys, earnings per share. Where are we here, guys? Earnings per share, I got to scroll down. Adjusted of $2.29. That beat the $1.90, so that's good. And revenue, $957 million versus $922 million. So double beat out of Crocs. Looks like here they see adjusted EPS for Q1 of 267 at 277 versus $2.52 expected. So very good guidance for EPS for Q1, and revenue they expect to be down 5.5% to 3.5% to first quarter of 2025. So yeah, their revenue is going to be down a bit. Year over year, it looks like for Q1, but not the end of the world. It looks like the stock was anticipating that. And it's almost like the stock is taking a sigh of relief right now. It's like, all right, earnings were not bad. Pretty good, actually. They guided solidly for adjusted EPS at least. And we're getting that nice pop. And the inverse head and shoulders on Crocs, I mean, is looking clear as day, and it's playing out. You guys see right here. So that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good, guys. And I wouldn't necessarily FOMO into it here. But if it pulls back, sees a little weakness, that could, keyword is could, be an opportunity. Do your own research as always, guys. So with that being said, that's pretty much it. You know, we covered SoFi, broke down some earnings. For me, guys, look, I'm holding on tight to all my positions. I haven't sold out of any stock. Well, I guess I have, but to invest in other stocks, right? I'm not selling out, going to cash. You know, this market still provides opportunity, or there is opportunity in this market, and I'm buying. I'm buying stocks for the long term, right? Nobody knows what's going to happen in the next quarter, but I do have high confidence that the stocks I'm buying for the next couple of years are going to be A-okay. They're going to do well. So, yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe. Join the Patreon, actually, if you want to, work more one-on-one with me. See what I'm doing in my actual portfolio. I invest $750 a week in that Patreon portfolio, and you guys see everything I'm buying, from options to trades, the moves I'm making, all are on Patreon, and there's a private Discord. And guys, it's only $10 a month or $20 a month, depending on the tier you pick, and that's cheap, in my opinion, for the value. So check it out. Link down below, pinned in the comments, or go to StockSurfS.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you guys in the next video.